Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're checking out one of the most culturally influential movies maybe of all time. And when we first started dating, I really tried to get her to watch this movie with me because I seen the first one. I never saw the second or the third film, and she said no, like a lot of times in our relationships. But with that being said, man, we finally get to check it out with you guys for the first time. So I'm excited to see you experience it. And what do you know about The Matrix, sweetie?
I do know it's based off the simulation theory, I believe, and also Keanu Reeves, who I know as Johnny Silverhand from Cyberpunk, is in it.
All right, so I'm gonna do my best to not blurt out and get too excited because, like I said, this movie was pretty cool when I seen it. So like, comment, subscribe, hit us up on Patreon. Guys, if you guys want to go deeper into The Matrix, if y'all want to get deep behind that source code, you can go hit us up on our Patreon, man. We got the full, uncut, true base reality reaction over there. There's no mirrors, there's no Matrix system called YouTube that you got to navigate. And I'm ready to watch this movie.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And if you see a Matrix,
Warner brother.
I always see that though.
Is everything in place?
You like him, don't you? You like watching him.
Don't be ridiculous.
We're gonna kill him. You understand that?
Morpheus believes he is the one.
Do you?
It doesn't matter what I believe.
You don't, do you?
Did you hear that? Are you sure this line is clean?
Yeah, of course I'm sure.
That transition was incredible.
Just whoa to it.
That's that girl I pointed out in that movie the other
Yeah,
day.
Memento. That was her.
Lieutenant, you were given specific orders.
Hey, I'm just doing my job.
The orders were for your protection.
I think we can handle one little girl.
Hugo Weaving. That's his name.
Our favorite actor.
They're bringing her down now.
No, Lieutenant, your men are already dead.
How'd she get that slow-mo?
Damn. Go ahead, girl.
Morpheus, the line was traced. I don't know how.
I know. There's no time. You're going to have to get to another exit.
Are there any agents?
Yes. You have to focus, Trinity. There's a phone at Wells and Lake. Go.
They look like the Secret Service.
You see that guns and ammo sign? Just blowing rings of it.
He's fire. Okay, he's fire too.
That's impossible.
Get up.
Don't they sort of feel like The Dark Knight or something?
It reminds me of Blade, kinda.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No. Not cool, Hugo.
She got out.
It doesn't matter.
We have the name of their next target.
The name is Neo.
So she answered that phone and got out. What in the world?
Now we're searching for Neo, which is a name so cool it gives me chills.
Is it him?
Wake up, Neo.
What? What the hell? Oh, the white rabbit.
That would be scary.
Who is it?
I remember the first time I watched this movie, I wanted to know what The Matrix was so bad.
You're 2 hours late. You got the money?
$2 grand.
Okay, stacks.
on nihilism.
My own personal Jesus Christ.
You get caught using that.
Yeah, I know. This never happened. You don't exist. Something wrong, man? You look a little whiter than usual.
My computer, you ever have that feeling where you're not sure if you're awake or still dreaming?
All the time. It's called mescaline. It's the only way to fly. It just sounds to me like, you need to unplug, man. Should we take him with us?
I can't. I have work tomorrow.
Nah, y'all got too many chains on.
Oh, the White Rabbit.
Yeah. Sure. I'll go.
This was on WWE, one of the WWE games when I was a kid. Now this reminds me of Blade.
Hello, Neo.
How do you know that name?
I know a lot about you. My name is Trinity.
Trinity. The Trinity? That cracked the IRSD base.
That was a long time ago.
I just thought, you were a guy.
Most guys do.
That was you on my computer.
All I can tell you is that you're in danger. They're watching you, Neo. I know why you're here, Neo. I know why you hardly sleep, why you live alone, and why night after night you sit at your computer.
I'm like, I think you're the one watching.
You're looking for him. It's the question that brought you here.
What is the Matrix?
The answer is out there, Neo.
Let's go find it.
And it will find you if you want it to.
Where's her White Rabbit?
Oh, shit.
So far, he feels like someone's watching him and stuff, but she's the one obviously tapping into his computer and stuff, sending him messages. So now he's got to trust her. That'd be freaky, right?
I don't know if I would.
I was so confused at this point when I first watched this movie.
You believe that you are special, that somehow the rules do not apply to you. This company is one of the top software companies in the world because every single employee understands that they are part of a whole. Thus, if an employee has a problem, the company has a problem. Either you choose to be at your desk on time from this day forth, or you choose to find yourself another job. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Mr. Reinhardt, perfectly clear.
Screw you, Mr. Reinhardt.
Are you allowed to tell me if he's a hacker or something?
I don't want to tell you nothing. I want you to figure it all out yourself.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's me.
Great.
Hello?
Hello, Neo. Do you know who this is?
Morpheus.
Yes. I've been looking for you, Neo. They're coming for you, Neo, and I don't know what they're going to do.
Who's coming for me?
Stand up and see for yourself. The elevator.
Those Secret Service agent looking guys.
What the hell do they want from me?
I don't know, but I suggest you get out of there.
How?
I can guide you, but you must do exactly as I say. The cubicle across from you is empty.
What if they...
Go, now.
That was crazy, wasn't it?
I know, because you gotta trust this guy on the phone you don't even know.
Right.
That's wild.
Stay here for just a moment. Go to the end of the row, to the office at the end of the hall.
So he must see him or something.
Go now.
I don't know. Maybe he's on the security cameras or something.
Outside, there's a scaffold.
I'd be like, I'm not Tom Cruise.
To your left, there's a window. Go to it. Open it.
I didn't know you could open this kind of windows.
I feel like if somebody's called me on the phone like that,
crazy.
There are
I would think it was U-Haul.
this building. One is
Call you all the time.
They call me all the time.
is in their custody. I leave it to you.
Why's this happening to me? What'd I do?
Maybe he can jump like that lady though, and he doesn't know. Oh heck no. That probably hit someone.
I can't do this.
Damn, he chose to go out in cuffs. I kind of don't blame him though.
Shit.
Don't say anything.
That's an intimidating folder, isn't it?
As you can see, we've had our eye on you for some time now, Mr. Anderson. It seems that you've been living 2 lives. In one life, you're Thomas A. Anderson, program writer for a respectable software company. And you help your landlady carry out her garbage.
Oh, that's nice.
The other life is lived in computers, where you go by the hacker alias Neo.
I knew it.
One of these lives has a future. We know that you've been contacted by a certain individual, Morpheus. Now, whatever you think you know about this
Use that
man
head
is
turn.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
He is considered to be the most dangerous man alive.
Uh-oh.
We're willing to wipe the slate clean. All that we're asking in return is your cooperation in bringing a known terrorist to justice.
Wow, that sounds like a really good deal. But I think I got a better one. How about I give you the finger, and you give me my phone call?
And tell me, Mr. Anderson, what good is a phone call if you're unable to speak?
What? Ew. He's like magic.
As far as he's concerned, that's the government, and they're calling Neo a terrorist. It'd be really scary not to help him.
I thought they were calling Morpheus a terrorist.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Good thing that was a dream. I've been having dreams like that, man.
They got to you first, but they've underestimated how important you are.
What is happening to me?
You are the one, Neo. You see, you may have spent the last few years looking for me, but I've spent my entire life looking for you.
Crazy.
Now, do you still want to meet?
Yes.
Then go to the Adams Street Bridge.
You notice the word Neo and the word one have the same letters just scrambled.
No, but that's a good thing to point
Get
out.
in. For our protection.
From what?
From you.
Take off your shirt.
What?
We don't have time for 20 questions. Right now, there's only one rule. Our way or the highway.
They're strict.
Please, Neo. You have to trust me.
Why?
Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road. And I know that's not where you want to be.
You know, looking back, I think that's one of my favorite parts of this movie.
Oh, well, I don't understand why.
APOC lights. Lie back. Lift up your shirt.
Oh, so that happened. They're about to suck that thing
I
out.
think you're bugged.
Look, they connected it to the lighter.
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
The lighter thing.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's on the move.
Because he was bugged like a computer. Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, that thing's real!
Yeah, then the Norton antivirus came around.
Yeah, bug that Hugo with me.
Let me give you one piece of advice. Be honest. He knows more than you can imagine.
At last.
You know who that is.
Yeah, because I get told I
Welcome,
look
Neo.
like him all the time.
As you no doubt have guessed, I am Morpheus.
It's an honor to meet you.
No, the honor is mine. Come, sit. I imagine that right now you're feeling a bit like Alice, tumbling down the rabbit hole. You have the look of a man who accepts what he sees because he is expecting to wake up. Do you believe in fate, Neo?
No,
Why not?
because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my life.
I know exactly what you mean. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain. You felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The Matrix?
Do you want to know what it is?
You want to know?
Maybe.
The Matrix is everywhere. Even now, in this very room. You can see it when you look out your window. You can feel it when you go to work. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
So Thomas's life.
That you are a slave, Neo. Born into a prison that you cannot smell or taste or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Now, do you get the meme? Wakanda?
I think I'm taking the red one.
Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Him too.
Follow me.
That would be scary though, because what if that was just fentanyl?
Are we online?
Almost.
Yeah, because these dudes are so weird.
Yeah,
And shady.
It's like he has a trench coat on.
Please, take a seat there. The pill you took is part of a trace program. It's designed to disrupt your input-output carrier signal so we can pinpoint your location.
What does that mean?
It means buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy, because Kansas is going bye-bye.
Yeah, that's the guy in Memento 2.
No,
The cop.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the cop
And he
that
was in
kills.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
He was Ben Ulrich.
But I know him from this. Let me know, guys. What are y'all thinking at this
Have you ever had a
point?
dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real? What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
This can't be.
Be what? Be real?
It's going into replication.
Hey, Pa.
Still nothing.
Let's go.
Targeting almost there.
Now, Tank, now.
Are you confused?
Of course. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of people in that sludge.
That's millions and millions. Billions, actually.
Is that everyone?
Well, yeah, but I didn't want to say exactly how many because I didn't want to give it away, but it's around, 8 or 9 billion.
Oh, thanks, machine. This is crazy. He basically got flushed.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want to say anything at all because I don't want to give nothing away. But I will say I'm seeing a lot of stuff in the background, like a lot of like symbolism and stuff.
Man.
But I can't really point it out. The fall.
Ooh. So they wanted him to do that. Crazy.
Welcome to the real world. We've done it, Trinity. We found him.
I hope you're right.
Am I dead? Far from it.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, you want to pause it?
Yeah. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay. He woke up in the pod.
Okay.
That means before they probably had to wake up in a pod.
Right.
Okay. Just checking. I'm just making sure.
Your muscles have atrophied. We're rebuilding them.
Why am I sir?
You've never used them before. Rest, Neo. The answers are coming.
He's basically a baby.
That's so sad. They just been trapped in that thing. Oh.
Morpheus, what's happened to me? What is this place?
More important than what is when. You believe it's the year 1999, when in fact it's closer to 2199. I can't tell you exactly what year it is, because we honestly don't know. This is my ship, the Nebuchadnezzar. This is the main deck,
Nebuchadnezzar.
where we broadcast our pirate signal and hack into the Matrix.
So they're a bunch of hackers too. So he's right at home.
This is APOC, Switch, and Cypher.
Hi.
The little one behind you is Mouse. You wanted to know what the Matrix is, Neo?
Yeah, they all have the head thing. Got it.
This will feel a little weird. This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing, weapons, training simulations.
Right now, we're inside a computer program?
Your clothes are different. The plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
His avatar, basically.
This isn't real.
What is real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. This is the world that you know.
How's his glasses staying
The world
on?
as it was at the end of the 20th century.
That's what he wants to happen, because it's not real.
It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today. Welcome to the desert of the real.
That place sucks.
We have only bits and pieces of information, but what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power, and it was believed that they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony.
Right, we're in the AI age right now. Y'all go ahead and get y'all's
generates
Tesla robot.
more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat.
Oh.
The machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields now where human beings are no longer born. We are grown.
Wow.
Fucking them like turnips.
Wow.
Watch them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living. And standing there, facing the pure, horrifying precision, I came to realize the obviousness of the truth.
And they're cannibalizing them.
What is the Matrix? The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
I don't believe it.
I didn't say it would be easy, Neo.
He only said it'd be true.
I just said it would be the truth.
Stop! Let me out! I want out! Get this thing.
I bet he misses his cubicle.
I miss his cubicle.
Breathe, Neo. Just breathe.
I can't go back, can I?
No, but if you could, would you really want to? I feel I owe you an apology. We never free a mind once it's reached a certain age. The mind has trouble letting go. When the Matrix was first built, there was a man born inside who had the ability to change whatever he wanted. It was he who freed the first of us. After he died, the Oracle prophesied his return, and that his coming would hail the destruction of the Matrix. That is why there are those of us who have spent our entire lives searching the Matrix, looking for him. I did what I did because I believe that search is over.
Wow.
I can tell you're actually mind blown.
Because they think it's him.
Yeah.
Whoa. I really hope this isn't true.
Okay, now rewind time. Do you wish you would have watched this movie with me?
Yeah, I do. No, I'm glad I'm watching it right now.
Right. That's the politically correct answer.
Morning. Did you sleep?
You will tonight. I guarantee it. I'm Tank.
You don't have any holes?
Nope. Me and my brother Dozer were both 100% pure, old-fashioned, homegrown human, born free right here in the real world.
Well, dang, don't rub it in.
Zion. It's a city.
The last human city. The only place we have left.
Where is it?
Near the Earth's core, where it's still warm.
That's why he didn't see them in the other world.
Supposed to start with these operation programs first. This major bar and shed. Let's do something a little more fun. How about...
You see him? He was like, gulp.
combat training.
It said jujitsu.
I'm going to learn jujitsu.
I'm just a hacker.
Holy shit.
How about some more?
Hell yes.
That would be so useful. I would teach myself how to edit.
That's why that girl could jump all crazy across them things.
How was he?
But that was I
10
thought that
hours
real world.
straight.
That's why I'm a little
He's
confused.
a machine.
What'd you say?
I'm a little confused because I
don't want to interrupt the movie.
Yeah, me either.
Sorry, guys. If we pause it a lot, man, this is a very complicated movie, and I don't want you to feel like you can't talk.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
the
hash it
reason
out.
why I'm a little like, because she was doing all them jumps in what I thought was a world that you couldn't do that because he was like scared to fall off the building.
Well, here's my dilemma. Do I explain it to you, or do I let you just figure it out over time?
No, I think I should just figure it out. If it's something I can figure out, just let me figure it out.
Do you know what that world is, right? Essentially?
The one that we're imagining.
The Matrix.
The ones, oh, that's the Matrix? Okay.
That was the real world. Now he's in the real world.
No, now's the real world.
Right.
Okay, the Matrix. I understand.
So
that.
what we're living in is the Matrix. We're in the Matrix right now. So we're in the Matrix, but if we woke up to true reality, what would it be?
But we're really
Like in
sucking dead people.
In his situation, he woke up in this place where civilization's on the brink of extinction.
Mhm.
But where would we wake up to? Like if we hypothetically woke up from our Matrix. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
This is a sparring program, similar to the programmed reality of the Matrix.
It has the same basic rules like gravity. What you must learn is that these rules are no different than the rules of a computer system. Some of them can be bent. Understand? Then hit me, if you can.
That's why she did that freeze frame in the air. I get it now. I get it.
Good. Adaptation, improvisation.
Morpheus is fighting Neo.
It makes so much sense why they're in John Wick together now.
Yeah, because they have to be.
They're an iconic duo, huh?
I love the sound effect.
Let's go.
You're too fast. Do you believe that my being stronger or faster has anything to do with my muscles in this place? You think that's air you're breathing now? Again.
Jesus Christ, he's fast. Take a look at his neurokinetics. They're way above normal.
That's a stat nerd.
You're faster than this. Don't think you are. Know you are.
Come on, stop trying to hit me and hit me.
Oh, whoa.
I know what you're trying to do.
I'm trying to free your mind, Neo. But I can only show you the door. You're the one that has to walk through it. Load the jump program. You have to let it all go, Neo. Fear, doubt.
Whoa.
It looked cool because he had a cape. I mean, a trench coat.
Yeah.
So it looked like a cape.
So what if he makes it? No one's ever made the first jump.
Right. No problem. Free my mind.
Do you think he's gonna make it or no?
Oh, I hope so. Because what happens if you don't? Dude. Oh, that's okay.
What does that mean?
It doesn't mean anything.
Everybody falls the first time.
I thought it wasn't real.
Your mind makes it real.
If you're killed in the Matrix, you die here.
The body cannot live without the mind.
Oh.
Right, that's what makes it not just a big video game. Yeah. I feel like if I was on that ship, I'd spend a lot of time in that little white room, though.
I don't remember you ever bringing me dinner.
Well, you're not the one.
I just keep wondering if Morpheus is so sure. Why doesn't he take him to see the Oracle?
Morpheus will take him when he's ready.
The Matrix is a system, Neo. That system is our enemy. But when you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers, the very minds of the people we are trying to save. But until we do, these people are still a part of that system, and that makes them our enemy. Most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the woman in the red dress? Look again. Freeze it.
This isn't the Matrix?
No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software inside the Matrix. They are everyone, and they are no one.
We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are the gatekeepers. They are holding all the keys, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought an agent has died. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be.
What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets?
No, Neo. I'm trying to tell you that when you're ready, you won't have to.
We got trouble.
We got trouble out on the range.
So he thought that guy was just like a government person, but he was the gatekeeper.
A sentient program.
Yeah.
Did you catch the part about anyone and everyone could potentially be a agent of the Matrix at any given time?
Because they don't want to be unplugged.
Right.
A Sentinel. Killing machine designed for one thing.
Search and destroy. How we doing, Tank?
Power offline. EMP armed.
EMP?
Electromagnetic pulse. Disables any electrical system in the blast radius. It's the only weapon we have against the machines.
I see why they're called squiddies, though.
I've had nightmares about these things before.
Whoa! Neo, you scared the bejesus out of me.
Is that?
The Matrix? Yeah.
Do you always look at it encoded?
Well, you have to.
You get used to it. I don't even see the code.
You, want a drink?
Not out of that 10.
I love what he said about the code. Do you get why he said he has to look at it in code? Did you get that part? Because I don't think I've ever got that part until now. So basically he's saying that, like, if you look at the computer, say that computer was the Matrix, because I'm outside of that computer now. If I'm looking at the computer, all I see are the interfaces. So I understand how to see the email, but I don't really get to see what's really going on inside of, like, the motherboard, the circuits,
like the numbers.
They want to
that.
see all the information, not just 0.0001% that it actually, like, shows you. So they're looking at, like, the true, like, base reality of the program.
Why, oh, why didn't I take the blue pill?
Isn't the blue pill usually Viagra? Ain't that the blue pill?
Did he tell you why he did it? Why you're here? What a mind job. So you're here to save the world. What do you say to something like that?
Let's do it.
Little piece of advice. You see an agent, you do what we do. Run.
Thanks for the drink.
Sweet dreams.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize?
Ignorance is bliss. That's crazy, right?
Then we have a deal.
I don't want to remember nothing. I don't want to be rich. Someone important. Like an actor.
Whatever you want.
I'll get you what you want.
Access codes to the Zion mainframe.
No, I told you I don't know them. I can get you the man who does.
Morpheus.
Oh no.
Yeah, so obviously he'd rather not fight the Matrix. He wants to give into it and live the good life.
Breakfast of champions. If you close your eyes, it almost feels like you're eating runny eggs.
Ooh.
Do you know what it really reminds me of? Tasty wheat. Did you ever eat tasty wheat?
No, but technically neither did you.
Well, that's exactly my point. Now, how do the machines really know what tasty wheat tasted like, huh? Maybe they got it wrong. You take chicken, for example. Maybe they couldn't figure out what to make chicken taste like, which is why chicken tastes like everything. And maybe they couldn't figure out.
It's a single-celled protein combined with synthetic aminos, vitamins, and minerals. Everything the body needs.
So I understand that you've run through the agent training program. I wrote that program. So what did you think of her?
Of who?
The woman in the red dress. I designed her. I can arrange a much more personalized milieu.
The digital pimp hard at work.
So he writes his own programs. I bet that'd be crazy for that guy.
We're going in. Taking Neo to see her.
See who? The Oracle.
So he said that in order to put him back in the Matrix and give him everything he wants the access codes to Zion, which is where they are. So they basically want to be able to get in.
And Zion's where that guy was born. Tank and Dozer.
Which is the last, he said, the last little human place.
We'll be back in an hour.
He's tracking it.
Something like that. I'm not really sure.
Unbelievable. Isn't it?
I used to eat there.
Oh, you think you did?
I have these memories from my life. None of them happened. What does that mean?
But the Matrix cannot tell you who you are.
But an Oracle can?
That's different.
Did you go to her?
Yes.
What did she tell you?
We're here.
You know, I forgot about the whole entire Oracle thing from this. I'm kind of interested to know what that's about.
So is this the same Oracle that made the prophecy?
Yes. She's been with us since the beginning.
The beginning?
Of the Resistance.
And she's never wrong.
She is a guide, Neo. She can help you to find the path.
What did she tell you?
I'm so curious.
Hello, Neo.
He doesn't look that old.
Make yourself at home, Morpheus. Neo, come with me. These are the other potentials. You can wait here.
Whoa.
By potentials, do they mean potentially the one?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Do not try and bend the spoon. That's impossible. Only try to realize the truth.
What truth?
There is no spoon. Then you'll see that it is not the spoon that bends. It is only yourself.
Wise.
That's so weird, right? That little kid's a philosopher.
He's a spoon bender.
Yeah, he looks like Aang, don't he? The little Avatar character.
The Oracle will see you now.
Oh.
I know you're Neo.
You're the Oracle?
Bingo. And don't worry about the vase.
What vase?
Yeah, she's the Oracle.
I'm sorry. How did you know?
What's really going to bake your noodle later on is, would you still have broken it if I hadn't said anything? I can see why she likes you.
Who?
Not too bright, though. You know why Morpheus brought you to see me. Do you think you're the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Open your mouth, say ah.
Ah.
I like her.
Now I'm supposed to say, that's interesting, but then you say...
But what?
You already know what I'm going to tell you.
I'm not the one.
Sorry, kid. You got the gift, but it looks like you're waiting for something. That's the way these things go.
Morpheus. He almost had me convinced.
I know. Without him, we're lost.
What do you mean, without him?
Morpheus believes in you, Neo. And no one, not you, not even me, can convince him otherwise. He believes it so blindly that he's going to sacrifice his life to save yours. You're going to have to make a choice. In the one hand, you'll have Morpheus's life. And in the other hand, you'll have your own. One of you is going to die. I'm sorry, kiddo, I really am. As soon as you step outside that door, you'll start feeling better. You'll remember you don't believe in any of this fate crap. You're in control of your own life. Take a cookie. I promise, by the time you're done eating it,
He took it.
you'll feel right as rain.
Oh my gosh, so he's not the one.
What was said was for you, and for you alone.
That's how I am when your sister calls you. And you try to tell me about it. I just walk out.
Was that an oatmeal cookie?
My favorite.
Nope, I'm dying on this hill. That is not meant for cookies.
They're on their way.
If you could go into the Matrix, what type of clothes would you wear? Me, I'm wearing an all black suit.
I don't know. Do I have to jump a lot and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Probably what she has on.
So we're basically going to look just like Neo and Trinity. I love how they tried to make all their tech look so futuristic, but it actually looks really old.
Yeah.
Like stuff you would see at Radio Shack.
Aw.
Kitty, kitty.
Oh, deja vu.
What did you just say?
Nothing, just had a little deja vu.
What did you see? What happened?
A black cat went past us, and then another that looked just like it.
How much like it? Was it the same cat?
Might have been, I'm not sure.
Switch, APOC.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
A deja vu is usually a glitch in the Matrix. It happens when they change something.
That happens to me all the time.
They just installed Bacchus mod. Basically. A plug-in.
They cut the hard line. It's a trap. Get out! Oh, no.
Yes. Oh no. So when they see that, they know there's trouble.
So when the glitch happened, that means that the programmers of the Matrix, they inserted a plug-in and they like changed the code. That's why like there was a glitch.
We're trapped. There's no way out.
That's what they changed. They made brick walls in the windows so they couldn't leave.
Tank, find a structural drawing of this building. Find it fast.
You got it.
I need the main wet wall.
8th floor. I hope the Oracle gave you some good news.
Now she gave me a cookie.
Yeah, about that.
Now left, that's it.
Good. Where are they?
And I guess everything they do inside of the Matrix, like the Matrix knows about it because they like cause and effect, you know? Probably did that jump on purpose.
They're in the walls.
No offense, I hope they shoot the ball guy.
You must get Neo out! He's all that matters! Trinity, go! Go!
Everyone who stood their ground against an agent.
When he said he could be anyone, that's what happened.
They can morph into like anyone could. Yeah, basically, yeah.
Come on!
The great Morpheus. We meet at last.
And you are?
Agent Smith.
You all look the same to me.
Oh my gosh. No.
Take him.
Operator.
Yeah, I need an exit fast. Goddamn car accident. All of a sudden, boom.
Nearest exit's Franklin and Erie, an OTV repair shop.
Right. Is Morpheus alive, Tank?
Yes, they're moving him. I don't know where to yet.
We need an exit.
You're not far from Cypher. Similar to Franklin and Erie.
Got it.
Snake in the grass.
Where are they?
Shit.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know, it just went dead.
Trying to leave him there.
Hello, Trinity.
Cypher, where's Tank?
Uh.
I used to dream about you.
You're a beautiful woman, Trinity.
You killed them.
What?
Oh, God.
I'm tired of this war. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of this ship being cold, of eating the same goddamn goop every day. But most of all,
I'm tired of that jagoff and all of his bullshit.
surprise, asshole. I bet you never saw this coming.
This is why I hated him so much the other day when we were watching him. I was trying to hide it, but I was annoyed with him.
You gave them Morpheus.
He lied to us. He tricked us.
That is not true, Cypher. He set us free.
You call this free? All I do is what he tells me to do. If I gotta choose between that and the Matrix, I choose the Matrix.
The Matrix isn't real.
I disagree, Trinity. All I do is pull a plug here.
You have to watch APOC die.
Trinity.
No! But you're out, Cypher. You can't go back.
Oh, no, that's what you think. If you have anything terribly important to say to switch, I suggest you say it now.
Oh, no. Please don't.
Not like this.
Oh, my God.
Too late.
God damn you, Cypher.
Morpheus was right, and there's no way I can pull this plug. I mean, if Neo's the one, then there'd have to be some kind of a miracle to stop me. I mean, how can he be the one if he's dead?
This has a lot of religious connotations to it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Look into his eyes and tell me. Yes or no?
Yes.
No. I don't believe it.
Believe it or not, you piece of shit, you're still gonna burn.
Yes. Thank goodness.
You first.
You're hurt.
I'll be all right.
Aww.
Yeah, he lost his brother like 5 minutes ago.
Billions of people just living out their lives, oblivious.
No.
Did you know that the first Matrix was designed to be a perfect human world where none suffered, where everyone would be happy? It was a disaster. No one would accept the program. I believe that as a species, human beings define their reality through misery and suffering. So the perfect world was a dream that your primitive cerebrum kept trying to wake up from, which is why the Matrix was redesigned to this, the peak of your civilization. And I say your civilization because as soon as we started thinking for you, it really became our civilization, which is, of course, what this is all about.
That is so scary. That's where we're going.
Yeah.
Evolution, like the dinosaur. You had your time.
Yeah, babe, because what if eventually, you know, instead of a cell phone, the next thing you know, Elon Musk got us all having chips in our brain. And the next thing you know, your cell phone's in your palm. Next thing you know, like, what if humans evolve into robots?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
It's a scary concept.
Absolutely.
What are they doing to him?
Breaking into his mind. It's like hacking a computer. All it takes is time.
How much time?
Depends on the mind, but eventually it'll crack. When it does, Morpheus will tell them anything they want to know. The leader of every ship is given codes to Zion's mainframe computer. If an agent got the codes and got into Zion's mainframe, they could destroy us.
Well, there has to be something that we can do.
We pull the plug.
We can't accept that.
You're gonna kill him. Kill Morpheus.
We don't have any other choice.
Never send a human to do a machine's job.
In either case,
We have no choice but to continue as planned. Deploy the Sentinels immediately.
I love how they're all like linked and connected.
Morpheus, you're more than a leader to us. We'll miss you always.
Stop. This can't be just coincidence. It can't be.
What are you talking about?
The Oracle. She told me this would happen. She told me that I would have to make a choice.
What choice?
I'm going in.
No, you're not. Neo, Morpheus sacrificed himself so that we could get you out.
Morpheus did what he did because he believed that I'm something I'm not. I'm not the one, Trinity.
No, you have to be.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
It can't be true.
Why?
Neo, this is loco. Even if you somehow got inside, those are agents holding him.
Morpheus believed something, and he was ready to give his life for what he believed. I understand that now. That's why I have to go. I believe I can bring him back.
What? Maybe he's not the one, but he might be the one to bring him back.
Going with you.
No, you're not.
Let me tell you what I believe. I believe Morpheus means more to me than he does to you. I believe if you are really serious about saving him, you are going to need my help. And since I am the ranking officer on this ship, if you don't like it, I believe you can go to hell.
Tell him, girl.
Yeah.
Tank, load us up.
She's kind of tough, ain't she?
He's not playing.
I'd like to share a revelation that I've had. I tried to classify your species, and I realized that you're not actually mammals. Every mammal on this planet instinctively develops a natural equilibrium with the surrounding environment, but you humans do not. You move to an area and you multiply until every natural resource is consumed. And the only way you can survive is to spread to another area.
He's talking that junk.
There is another organism on this planet that follows the same pattern.
What is it, baby?
A virus. You are a plague, and we are the cure.
Guns. Lots of guns.
Heck yeah.
Neo, no one has ever done anything like this.
That's why it's going to work.
They'd be like, Brooke, what do you need? You'd be like, dumplings. Lots of dumplings.
Leave me with him. Now. Can you hear me, Morpheus? I'm going to be honest. I hate this place, this prison, this reality. It's the smell. I can taste your stink. And every time I do, I fear that I've somehow been infected by it. It's repulsive, isn't it? I must get out of here, and in this mind is the key. Once Zion is destroyed, there is no need for me to be here. Do you understand? I have to get inside Zion. You're going to tell me, or you're going to die.
Isn't he a chat GPT in like a human form?
So sorry, guys. I know I've interrupted the movie again, but he is basically sort of like that, but he's sentient. So like he's developed like a sentient, like cognitive, like he's sentient. He's alive in a sense. So the idea is like there's chat GPT, but what happens when chat GPT becomes sentient? Like that's the big question, you know?
Yeah.
And he is that basically. So he is working for
He's
the
a higher
Matrix,
form of that.
But as you're seeing right here, he also has his own like ambitions and thoughts because he is sentient.
Would you please remove any metallic items you're carrying? Keys, loose change.
Holy shit! Stand back up!
That sucks for them.
Right. That's exactly what I was about to say. They're still a little psychotic, right? Even though they're not real, they're in the Matrix. They think it's real. It's as real as we think this is.
But now their pod person's dead. This is like John Wick, a lot of bullets, none hitting. Quick cartwheel.
I know this is like really uncomfortable to bring up, but this is a scene that inspired the Columbine shooters. You know, when they came in, they were wearing the trench coats and stuff. They were, yeah, it was this right here. They were obsessed with this. I mean, that and the fact that they were like obviously crazy and evil.
Handled.
What were you doing? He doesn't know.
Know what?
They didn't like that his little earpiece was disconnected.
Yeah, that offended them.
I think they're trying to save you.
There is no spoon.
I feel like that's how me and you are.
We are under attack.
You think? Uh-oh.
I feel like this guy's my least favorite Smith, though.
Trinity, help!
Hey, nice.
Remember when we watched Scary Movie and he did that? He's like, oh, my back. Remember he couldn't get up.
Dodge this. How did you do that? You moved like they do. I've never seen anyone move that fast.
It wasn't fast enough. Can you fly that thing?
Not yet. Tank, I need a pilot program for a B-212 helicopter. Hurry.
No way.
Let's go.
It's that simple, huh? It'd be cool to be able to go do that. I feel like he's gonna dot Morpheus though.
I know. Shouldn't that building be like collapsing anyways? Because like buildings, they like burnt the whole first floor.
Get up, get up.
Oh no!
He's not gonna make it. Gotcha.
I mean, if he's not the one, he's close. Well, this guy's pissed.
That would be so scary. You saw that jump roll? I'm just wondering.
That's what you're
I'm just
talking about the other
wondering.
day.
Did you see that?
Trinity.
At the time, that was the greatest shot in all of action, probably.
Yeah.
I know it. He's the one.
Do you believe it now, Trinity?
The Oracle. She told me
She told you exactly what you needed to hear. There's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path.
Operator?
Tank.
I feel like Trinity's the one. She was the one falling in a helicopter holding onto a rope and then she bullseyed it.
Them rascals.
We have their position.
Sentinels are standing by.
They're not out yet. You first, Morpheus.
Neo, I want to tell you something.
Bad timing, girl.
Everything the Oracle told me has come true. Everything but this.
What, like, don't answer it?
Neo.
What the hell just happened?
An agent.
Mr. Anderson.
Run, Neo, run. What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
I would quote Duffel Bag Boy by Lil Wayne. You know that song?
I don't know how it applies to this, but yeah.
Because he said he ain't never ran. He's not about to take the
Oh.
day to start running and get money.
You're empty. So are you.
No, y'all can still pistol whip. What are you doing?
I'm gonna enjoy watching you die, Mr. Anderson.
He's not even calling him Neo.
Right.
Disrespectful.
Jesus, he's killing him.
Was that a power up or something?
You know how when we watch UFC, they always do that? They got it from this. Like they're trying to emulate that. I mean, not always, but you can tell when they are.
I thought that was just like a kung fu thing.
I don't know. Yeah, you're probably right.
Oh my gosh. That's Kirby punching.
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
My name is Neo.
Oh, yeah.
But it sucks because you can kill that agent all day and it'll just keep coming back.
Oh, yeah. As
He can
anybody.
form in anybody, yeah.
But at least you killed him for right now, right?
Yeah.
Until you didn't.
Oh, shit.
Sentinels. How long?
5, maybe 6 minutes.
Ooh, they can't kill the power because Neo's not back.
We can't use that until he's out.
I know, Trinity, don't worry.
I believe him.
Shit! That's my phone!
You better chase him down.
Get me the hell out of here!
Got a patch on an old exit, Wabash and Lake.
Not the watermelons.
I know, those look like award-winning watermelons.
Need a little help. The door. The door on your left. No, your other left.
That's me.
The back door.
Here they come.
That would be the worst life ever. Having to hide from those.
Yeah, all day.
He's going to make it.
The fire escape at the end of the alley, room 303.
But you know, for basically having cheat codes, they kind of suck at shooting, don't they?
Yeah. Or Neo's just that shifty.
They're inside.
Stop the gun.
He's gone. Goodbye, Mr. Anderson.
I'm not afraid anymore. The Oracle told me that I would fall in love and that man, the man that I loved, would be the one. You can't be dead because I love you.
Dang.
You hear me?
Dang, that had a little bit of Sleeping Beauty action going on, didn't it?
Now get up.
Dang, he was resurrected. See, I told you it has a lot of like.
Whoa.
He is the one.
He died and he was reborn.
So maybe that one wasn't the one, but this one's the one.
Yeah, he believes now.
Yeah, but the hole's being destroyed. Can you go answer the phone?
Yeah, he said view file location, delete.
They didn't want any part of that. Now he's gonna have to come beat those things up.
I think those things are out of his league, babe. He messes with those, he's gonna get killed.
He made it.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. And then I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Dang, he just left a message for the Matrix. That was tough. That's Frio. That man's cold.
Oh, he gets the glasses now? Okay. No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
That was tough. Okay, let me just get this out the way, guys. So one thing I cannot stand, that was torture. It was hard watching that movie because I've seen it before, right? And a lot of the times when I've seen the movie on the channel, like I've seen it, but it's been a long time since I've seen it, you know? And so I don't really remember it. But with this one, unfortunately, I forgot about the little oracle thing for the most part. But I pretty much remembered this movie. I even remembered it so well that I even remember some of the lines. So that was a really unique experience for me, you know, because normally the last time we did a movie like this where I completely knew it and you didn't was The Truman Show.
Yeah.
And I was like a kid the whole time. I was sitting there like, do you get it? Do you get it?
Yeah.
And I was trying to talk a little bit less, but that was really awkward for me because I wanted to talk so much during that, but I just had to hush. I saw a lot of like Easter egg things or like a lot of symbolism or little things that they would say, or maybe like the way they would arrange things in the background that really was symbolic of what this movie was about. And I kind of wish on some level that I could watch these movies twice. I almost think it would be fun to be able to rewatch things that I've seen and be able to commentate on like things I didn't notice the first time.
I thought it was amazing. I had so much fun watching that. It had me thinking the whole time. It had me thinking about my own thoughts in the middle of it. Like, if we're in this world, that really sucks. Like, oh my gosh. And then when I saw that guy, the homeless guy, like drinking, I was like, dude, that would really suck if that was like your mind. But then again, if you think about life, that could be your mind if you do that.
Like, what if people, when they black out, they just become an agent of the Matrix for a little bit? Yeah.
Or in my dreams, what if I'm being an agent of the Matrix? Because, you know, I've been having crazy dreams lately. So I'm doing crazy things in them. So what if I'm in there being an agent? I don't know.
I think the thing that makes this movie so good is you could use it to discuss like a lot of human topics, because this is one of those human nature and philosophy type movies where if you really think about things and take them to their extremes, you eventually will get to this idea of, is it possible that we're in like a creation or a simulation? Like, a lot of people like the word simulation. A lot of people replace the word simulation with the word or creation. Like, if reality right now, if I was to say like, hey, this isn't the Matrix, this is just how it really is. Well, someone could argue, well, this is just creation. And what you perceive to be the laws of physics is just the program code. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know how up is down, side to side. Like, we take all these concepts for granted, like they really exist. You know what I mean? But if like you're in space, is there really an up or a down or a,
right?
You know what I mean? So I thought this movie was good. It was thought provoking, and it just brings up a lot of nerdy stuff that I'm really into.
Yeah.
Like the double slit experiment, just things like that. And that's just a very basic thing to throw out there. But if you guys ever look into the double slit experiment, it'll blow your mind. I'm sure if you've seen this movie, you probably know all about that type of stuff. But do you think there's any chance that we could be living in some sort of like simulation?
I don't know, because the way I was thinking of it, which maybe not everybody does, is so like they're saying it's your mind and your mind's creating whatever, you know, like your mind's creating how things taste, how this and that. Well, that kind of applies to like everything in life. Like it's what you think it is.
To an extent, right?
Right. So
like it's all up to your perceptions.
Right. So that's what the whole time I'm thinking, you know, we could be in that. That's possible, but it could just be your mind, like your mind telling your physical body what to do.
You know what makes me think of this concept more than anything?
What?
When you eat hot sauce.
Yeah.
Like, you'll eat something really hot and then I'll eat it and I'll think it's spicier than you do. But it's not because you're like tougher than me. It's because your brain doesn't process it the same way that I do.
But do you not think I've like microdosed on that stuff? Like, well, I mean, even since I was in the womb?
You've got your brain used to that reality. Like, if you're going to introduce something that hot to your tongue, like there's a reality that needs to be understood there by your brain, because that's a big change. But your brain's used to it. So the signals that your tongue sends your brain are different than my signals.
Yeah.
So it really makes you wonder, like, how hot is hot sauce? Because it's different to everyone.
Right.
Like, a baby's going to think it's a lot hotter than, like, you know, an old guy from Chile. You know what I mean? So that's one of the most basic examples. Or, like, when you think of animals like bees or, like, insects and stuff, they don't see in the same cone of light that we do. Like, they can see infrared, not infrared, but they can see, like, ultraviolet. And those colors don't exist to us. Like, true reality in my mind is exactly everything I see the way it exactly is. But if I'm a bumblebee, I'm going to see different colors coming off the laptop. Doesn't mean that it's not real, you know?
Right.
So I don't know, man. Base reality, true reality is a very interesting concept. We could talk forever about
and that's
this,
the same
man.
with like music and stuff and people's prepreferences.
Yeah, I've
like,
always wondered that. Like, how do some people just love Taylor Swift so much? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's all right. Like, it's catchy. It jingles my jams, but it ain't that good.
Yeah, like, you know how I like to watch Food Network and you really don't?
Yeah.
Like, did my mind tell me that I like that or what? Like, because that's a weird thing to kind of be into.
I think that the biggest thing about this movie is it really does make you wonder if reality really is just an interface, you know? So, like, it's obvious to everyone that we don't perceive reality truthfully. Talking about, like, cells and stuff like that and atoms. You can't see that stuff. So in your mind, they're not really there. Like, you need instruments to see it. But this table isn't really made out of wood. It's made out of atoms vibrating. And they're vibrating in a certain frequency. And that frequency is what allows all my perceptions to do their job to perceive it as a table, right? Like, it's a 1 in a trillion arrangement of, like, molecules and stuff that needs to come together, right? When you get to the subatomic. It just makes you wonder, like, is what you see really even there? Because everything ultimately is just processed through your brain and then re-put together back through your head.
Right. Do you like see me the same way I see me?
Right. And I don't think so, right? I mean, on some level, we have to perceive ourselves different because everyone's self-conscious. Some people can look at someone and think they look perfect, but that person's going to think they have all these issues with them. So I don't know. It's like we're all living in different realities, you know? And it's even in like politics and stuff. It's like we're living in a different reality. And it's really interesting. Everyone can become like an agent of the Matrix. And I'll prove it, because if I say something about COVID, there'll be people on the internet who will come straight from my head about COVID. But if you mention something about COVID or about something that's like taboo, or if
you better chill. We're about to get an attitude ability. You better chill.
Then people will literally stop what they're doing. They'll put their whole day on hold just to like
correct you.
Yeah, just to turn into an agent of the Matrix to come after you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really weird. So the only thing about this movie I really didn't understand, I think, is the Oracle. Because so far, like, we have the agents, which they're basically programs that are sentient, right? So when AI eventually becomes so advanced that it starts to think for itself, well, you know, you don't need like language models to necessarily have to be sentient to like form a resistance against you, I guess. Like, sentience isn't necessary in that, but in order to act against like your own self-interest, maybe, I don't think that like a large language model would act against its own self-interest unless it was programmed to, because this agent was obviously trying to plug out of the Matrix by taking his headphone out, right?
Yeah.
And when I was watching this when I was younger, I didn't realize there were so many questions that I had. I kind of thought, like, why do we even need a second movie? You know what I mean? It just seemed like it was just a perfect movie. But now that I watch it, it just seems very incomplete.
Like, because there's so many more questions you could have.
A million, right?
But what I got from the Oracle was she was telling Neo that he's not the one, just so in that moment when he needed to save Morpheus, he didn't believe he was the one.
Yeah, but the reason that I don't really like that, and the reason that it confuses me, is because they're treating the Oracle like she's an independent entity that operates inside the Matrix but isn't bound to the code of the Matrix. So therefore, the Oracle is like somehow supposed to be like a supernatural force inside the Matrix, right? Like, it's supposed to represent like an angel or like God or something like that. And, you know, something that's outside of our, you know, physical experience. And I get all that, but her lying to Neo and basically telling him what he needed to hear and all that just seemed really manipulative to me. Like, it seemed like she was, in a sense, moving him along in a way.
Could be so.
Like, do you get what I'm saying? It almost
But what
seems
if
like
she did that because she knows he's the one?
Well, if he's
and
the
she
one,
knows that the one needed to hear something like that.
Right, but if I needed you to do something that I felt like needed to be done, on some level, if I'm manipulating all your actions, like, even if it's for, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it worth doing it? Do the ends justify the means? You know what I mean?
know that part is, I can
It's
see
a little
why
weird, right?
I
I just don't really get it.
But I feel like that's what I took from it.
I took it at face value the first time I watched the movie is what I'm trying to say. I didn't think much about it. Like, I was like, oh, well, it's an oracle. Like, I know what an oracle is. I played Jack and Dexter. I know what an oracle is. now looking back at it, it makes me really confused at what exactly that is, because I'm trying to think of this whole entire movie as like a computer program, right? And so the idea is they're
right.
looking at
Where
the
would
TV.
she be in the lines of that? The motherboard?
Right. Like if I'm looking at the computer and I'm looking at the TV screen and I'm seeing all the code, right? I'm not looking at the interface, because the computer is basically an interface. What's really going on in the computer is the reality, right? And so like I'm seeing all the interfaces, but what if there's like a program in my computer that's telling me what's going to happen in the future?
Right.
Like I would have to believe that that program existed outside of the computer, but it was somehow in the computer, like acting in my best interest and not the computer's. So wouldn't the computer recognize it as like malware or something?
Right.
I don't really know.
But I don't know. Maybe when
We'll
we
have to
watch the
watch
other
more,
ones, it will explain that a little more.
I didn't realize there was so many questions to be answered there is what I'm trying to say. I just didn't think much about it. But it just makes me feel like suspicious of the fact that she just was not forthcoming with Neo, I guess. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I really
But then
don't know.
also if you want to go along that, she told Trinity that she was in love with the one. So I was thinking that maybe she told Neo he wasn't the one because he technically wasn't the one at that point.
So the one could be anyone?
Well, I feel like the one was born in that moment when Trinity gave him like a kiss.
I don't know.
That's what I thought. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I could be missing something. I feel like we need to watch the last two movies for sure. 100%.
Right.
But I guess he's the one. And so the one can do things inside of the program. So I guess the point is he was in the program. And so since he's the one, he can bend the program to his whim, right?
Mm-hmm.
Since he was in the program when he got shot, he was able to heal himself because he was still in the program. Because he's able to manipulate the program. Like the
Yeah, because
agents,
there's no spoon, right?
the agents can manipulate the program, but they're still bound by the program because they're part of the program.
Does that kind of make him an agent then?
Neo, no, it just means that. Well, that's what I'm saying. They said he was born in the Matrix. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean, born in the Matrix? Because I don't think I'm supposed to know that based on just one movie.
I thought Thomas Anderson was born in the Matrix and Neo is the other version of himself.
Right, but Thomas Anderson wasn't born technically. He was created outside of the Matrix. And then the second that he basically became conscious, they put him in the Matrix as a baby. So he wasn't born in the Matrix. He was born outside of the Matrix. So by born in the Matrix, does that mean he died and came back and he was reborn in the Matrix?
Maybe.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. We just have to watch more.
But then that begs the question, if he didn't become the one until he was reborn in the Matrix, then how was he able to be reborn in the Matrix in the first place? I'm probably overthinking it, but this seems like a really complicated type of movie that you should definitely overthink.
Yeah.
Another
I feel like that's the point of this movie was to definitely overthink.
You know what I think they sort of missed out on?
What?
But I maybe I'm dumb, right? But remember when they were saying that the people were plugged up and ultimately the machines were keeping them submissive by keeping them in the Matrix while at the same time using them as an unlimited power source?
Yeah.
Because humans naturally, as your circulation pumps and your heart beats, you just conduct electricity naturally. So you're just like an endless supply of energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you know what they should have done? They should have like been like, yeah, they're good for energy, but they're also for RAM or for like external hard drive or like hard drive storage space.
Yeah.
Like if I'm running a program so advanced that like if our reality is a program, right? Well, the program can only be so big because storage space is an issue. So then therefore we have the speed of light. We'll never be able to see past the speed of light. And as far as we're concerned, space just becomes infinitely more spread out because the expansion of space, we're never going to see past the speed of light. So therefore, it's possible to think that maybe out there somewhere on some supercomputer, on some level, all the data that consists of our reality is stored somewhere. So therefore, it is possible that we have a simulation. You know what I mean? Like the laws of physics leave that open-ended. Like physics, the way we perceive them, right? Like today. And so
I feel like that conversation is way too smart.
Do you guys get what I'm saying, man? It's just really interesting how it's just interesting. I don't know what I'm going on about, guys. I really don't.
But this movie does make you feel like that.
Yeah, it really does. It
really
gives you so
does.
many questions. But I'm just saying, like, they should have made the people plugged into the Matrix so that way they could use their brains for storage. For like extra hard drive space.
I get what you're saying, but I'm over here like I'm still shocked that they were pods in the first place. Like,
right.
I'm still at that base level.
I don't think
of
a
it.
human gives off that much energy, do we? I mean, maybe we do. I don't know. But like body heat and like if you could somehow harness the electricity coming off of a human,
But if
I don't
you
think
just
it's that
think
much.
about how amazing the human body is, could be possible. Because like we are breathing right now without even knowing.
I think you can test it though. Like I think it's been tested before.
Oh, it has?
Like, a human doesn't give off that much. But like the amount of storage space inside of your head is something that you can't replicate on a computer. Like you have the ability to remember so much in your head. And even things that you forget, you actually don't forget. You store them in your database. You just technically forget about them, but those memories are still there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you could hypothetically hook it up to the right machine, you could get them back. It's just interesting, man. This movie was crazy to me. I didn't realize how much we needed the next one. So sorry for just stuttering through this outro. We usually try to sound a little less stuttery, but this one was just really complicated and
just so much fun.
A lot to get
I liked
into
being
also.
in, even though it was a dark, ugly world, I like being in it.
I thought it was cool how you could just load up anything you want at any time. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And I kind of hope they never remake it or whatever to like new technology because I like the way it was. I don't want them to ever redo that.
It's a classic. I don't think there's any way to remake this movie without making it corny. I think it's just a product of its time also. Because what makes this movie so amazing was it was a new idea at the time.
Right.
And when did this come out?
1999, I believe.
So at that point, most people, like 4% of people had a computer in the world?
Right.
Like 4%, if that. Because I know it went from like 0.04% of the population to 4% of the population somewhere in like the late 90s.
I had a computer at this time. I was playing Minesweeper.
You were a very, very, very lucky individual then. You were in the elite minority.
Yeah, I was playing Minesweeper.
Right. I think on some level.
Because I had it when I was in kindergarten, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was in kindergarten in 98.
I feel like whenever we watch these three movies, I'm really excited to just sort of hear back from the people who've watched this trilogy multiple times. And you guys just sort of help me through it. Because I feel like I understand it, but when it comes to verbalizing it and putting it all together, it's just really complicated. But I also feel like I'm making a lot of assumptions right now and I need to watch the rest of the series.
Well, here's a question I have for you. Would you have taken the red pill or the blue pill? And everyone else in the audience, what would you have taken?
You can't take the blue pill. Like
no one can? You just don't think so?
Mm-mm.
But I think that
some people
I think
would
some people would because if I had to know the truth and if I knew about the truth without having to really know it and I knew that I was just in a pod sucking cannibals and stuff.
The better question is, in hindsight, would you have taken the blue pill? Because obviously, like at the time, I probably would have taken the red pill because the whole entire basis of meeting this band of characters was based on the fact that I was extremely invested in discovering what the Matrix was.
Right. But
so I don't
also,
see myself just checking
Thomas Anderson, not Neo, but Thomas Anderson was already curious.
Right.
Whereas there's others who aren't like that, obviously.
And it makes me think, how did Thomas Anderson come across the Matrix initially? Do you think it's because Neo was sitting there feeding him like pieces of information over time?
Right, but
or do you think he just had a natural inclination
what if,
to
like,
look for it?
The person writing the code or whatever, all this crap, the person over all of it, I don't know if it's a person or AI, whatever. What if they wanted him to do that?
I think it's an AI.
Yeah, but what if the AI wanted him to try to figure it out? What if they like to do that?
What do you mean?
Like throw curveballs in their little world, because there's a reason he's inclining himself to want to know that.
So you're saying, what if the Matrix itself like sent him on that path?
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I don't know. That's exactly
what if
what
they
I'm
did
saying.
it to everybody?
And that's kind of what I was saying with the Oracle. Like, what if the Oracle was just manipulating Neo and ultimately sending Neo on the path that the machines want him to take?
Right.
Do you get what I'm
I get
saying?
what you're saying.
That's why I don't really get the Oracle. So somebody could explain to me what the Oracle is and exactly
without spoiling, because if we find out later, I don't really want to.
What are the properties of the Oracle? Like,
what if Neo wanted the Oracle to be like that? What if the Oracle to other people would look different or something?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do I know that people watching this YouTube video see you the way I see you?
Right.
Well,
they see me as Lawrence Fishburne, so.
I mean, you're 6'4", about 260 pounds. Really, really ashy skin.
I like to wear trench coats and glasses with no like things at the side.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder, like, can we really trust our eyes? You know, like if you go to a court of law, if you want to talk about evidence, one of the least convincing is like human testimony, eyewitness accounts, because they're very unreliable. And you know, when you walk into a room, you construct like, I don't want to get the numbers wrong, guys, but when you walk into a room, like most of everything you see, you just make it up.
You like control what you see sometimes.
You construct it, yeah.
Right. Like when I see Mushu, I see a cute little dog, but some people see like a grizzly like animal.
Like when you look out the corner of your eye and you think you see a ghost walking by, you know?
You
Maybe
know how
it's
I
just
see
your brain
snakes all the
messing
time?
up.
And you never see them?
Yeah. Well, maybe it's your brain messing up. But then you can get even deeper. Like you can start wondering, like, what is DMT? What is ayahuasca? What is psychological experiences? What is dementia? What is, you know, being schizophrenic? Like, what are all these things? You know, like if you take DMT and shoot off to fairyland, you know, on some level, how do we know that's not real on some level? Like, how do we know your brain's not a transceiver? Like, how do you know your brain's not an antenna in a radio? You know, if you're sitting there in your car listening to 95.5 The Beat, dude, every radio station on the planet's circulating through your antenna. It's just it's programmed for one frequency. So that's what you get. But really, every single radio station's there. And, you know, how do you know reality is not like that? We're probably just tuned and programmed into this reality. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, because this is going to sound stupid maybe, but this whole construct that we just watched, that's like so different from the multiverse.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we've been watching a lot of multiversal things. And so that's why I feel really thought provoked right now, because multiverse is like the endless like possibilities. And then there's this, which you could be like, that's like the complete opposite.
So if I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong for all my scientists out there, right? And I don't know what I'm talking about. So if this upsets you because you're one of those people, then just skip what I'm talking about, correct me, whatever. But apparently there's something called gravitational waves. So we measured something called a gravitational wave, which is basically telling scientists that somewhere our universe collided with another universe, and it sent a gravitational wave across the cosmos, right? So we measure them and we know that somehow or another we're colliding, which sparks the whole idea of the multiverse. Well, the real reason that people are so sold on the multiverse is because there's really two outlooks on reality. Either we're here by random processes and we just happen to be here on a 1 in a zillion chance, and, you know, that 1 in a zillion chance just happened to happen, or maybe someone created it. You know, maybe it was a matrix or a construct, or maybe we're in a program. And that's why all these impossible numbers that you would need in order for life in the universe to all work, that's why it's so improbable, but that's why it happens to be, because someone created this program. Or you have the more mainstream view, which is if a billion universes fail, but one survives, and we're the 1 in a billion, but we're only here because a billion universes didn't create this reality.
Right.
So therefore there's an unlimited amount of universes. Me, on the, I don't really know if I buy that. You know what I'm saying? I think it's significant. I think you need a lot.
So you think you're in control of your life?
I mean, to an extent. No, I mean, I don't think I'm in control of my life at all.
So you know The Sims,
my
that
circadian
game?
Rhythm, like, I don't control that. I don't control my breathing. I don't control my heartbeat.
Well,
like,
yeah,
I
true.
don't control the neurons firing in my head. I don't control matter of fact, 99% of what I do, I actually don't control. So on some level, I do think I'm in control of my life, because
Really? So when you're being cranky, you can't control that?
I can control that, but can I control, you know, my cells reproducing? I can't control that.
Right.
What is your life? Like, is your life just your most impulsive decisions that you make when you wake up? Or is it, you know, your nails
And that's what I was
growing?
saying about
Like,
that guy, the drunk guy. I was like, God, imagine your mind, you're in one of those pods, and that's what your mind is thinking you are. I was like, that sucks. But like I said, you could go down that path, insert a few bad decisions here.
Right.
And that's what I was saying. Like, if I would, because during this time, like maybe even a little after this, I was like playing The Sims a lot. And that's exactly what that is.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like someone could be easily just playing The Sims and you're the Sim.
Yeah, it could be like that. I mean, I don't think anyone's playing me or controlling me by any means. I don't really think that. Do I think it's possible that we're in like a white room, you know, the same white room they had, like a training simulator where they can pull up anything, you can make things happen, you can train before you go to, like, quote unquote, the real world, which, you know, exists outside of what we perceive to be the real world right now. It's possible we're in that. It's possible we're just in the Matrix, or it's possible that we're in the true reality. Maybe we've been in the Matrix and this is just our life when we woke up. Maybe when you're born, that's you waking up from the Matrix. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. Like, who knows?
This is just a lot of like I feel like my brain cells are like zapped.
Right. And all these are just so hypothetical, right?
What did they say? This is for entertainment purposes only.
Yeah, this is for entertainment purposes only over here. But
yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It is interesting to think about all these things, you know?
I want to know what you guys think. Can y'all let us know what you think below, like, what is reality?
Right. Yeah, let me know.
Because that question is very hard to answer if you really think about it.
The smartest people for thousands and thousands and thousands of years have been asking these same questions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're no closer today to knowing the truth than we were back then. You know, we have a better understanding of like, you know, the laws of physics, but I don't really think we have a better. Actually, as a matter of fact, I think we're a lot further. You know, I think we've lost a lot of knowledge in the philosophy department.
Yeah, me too, because I feel like a lot of the things that you look up, because me and you do it all the time, we can look up something, but the way you frame a question is the way you'll get the answer. And a lot of people take the answer that they get from those questions face value.
And you can ask Google a lot of questions that you know for a fact the answer, and they'll lie to you.
Yeah.
The AI machine's a liar.
Right. So, and like I said, you can frame certain questions certain ways and get different answers depending on the question.
It's an AI bot. It's weird.
Yeah.
And then we're at the beginning stages of it.
Yeah. And like our oldest son, for example, now, they're all kind of the way they work, the kids nowadays. When you don't know the answer to a question, like for me growing up, if I didn't know the answer to the question, oh well, like I'm not gonna go look in an encyclopedia to go find out what it was.
Out of luck. You just had to be a dumbass.
He would be like, Google it, and I'm like, dude.
Well, I get mad at you all the time because you won't Google things. Like you ask, I'll be like, babe, can you help me try to figure out how to do something on a computer? There's no chance on this planet she's gonna figure it out. But she just won't Google it. She thinks she'd rather sit there for 3 hours tinkering with it, knowing good and well you're never going to figure it out. It's a computer.
But I mostly do figure it out. All you have to do is press the restart button 9 times out of 10.
But if it's something like actually,
9 times out of 10.
If it's something that I'm actually asking you for, you ain't about to figure it out without.
I know, but that's because that's how I was kind of trained, Tony. Like I just like
you're just trained just to figure it out.
Like. Yeah, because I don't know. I never went to Google for anything, I guess.
My train of thought is it takes 20 times longer to figure out something simple.
I know, just like when we do finally look something up, you just watch a video on it, whereas I'll read about it.
That's all you got to do.
Yeah, but I don't like to watch the video. It's too noisy.
Right. Well, the problem with reading things is you have to like, you can know pretty immediately if you click on a video if it's going to help you or not based on like the interface that it's showing. Because you can look at it and say, oh God, that looks like that was from 4 years ago. This isn't going to work. But when you start reading things, you don't realize.
True.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, man, this was a really fun video to watch, man. It really was. Let me know all your thoughts about reality. There's probably so many things that we missed out on. I mean, we could probably sit here for 4 hours talking about this stuff.
I feel like that one's definitely a rewatcher, though. You have to rewatch that one a few times. Because now that I know the concept, like rewatching, I'll definitely figure out more.
Is it what you thought it would be?
No.
It's not at all?
No. I thought it was going to be some robotic stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you scared of AI? Do you think it's something that's going to potentially cause the downfall?
We don't have a VR in our house because of me.
Yeah, she doesn't like VRs and stuff. She thinks it's weird.
No, I feel like having a VR when we all have one day, that's a good time for people to just shoot us.
I feel like
that's a good time.
I don't really
we'll be
think
like
that.
All trapped. Yeah, just headshot really quick.
What I do think though is once I become someone who invests in like virtual reality, I just don't feel like that's something that you ever come back from.
Right. And
like,
same with those cars, like, and people can control them from a single station. They can like zoom you off somewhere or something like that.
Someone in a little rundown room halfway around the planet can hack into your car.
And when things are hackable, that's very scary.
They can hack it. You know, someone used to have, I heard this story one time on the news where these people had their baby monitor hooked up to their smart house. And it was the same smart house that controlled their thermostat. And it was all hooked up together. And someone hacked in to their baby's room and turned the thermostat up like as high as it could get in the baby's room and tried to like burn the baby up.
That's so wrong.
Like, you know what I mean? Like they did that junk through hacking. And I know hacking is not AI. Hacking's been around for forever, but AI is something that is kind of scary.
But the more connected you are to like smart devices, AI, the easier they are to hack.
I used to think the subject of AI was kind of boring, like though, because I could never really get past the idea that it's going to become sentient. Or in my mind, I just think we're sort of far away from that. But what I do think is our ability to completely destroy society with AI. Mm-hmm. And you know, there's something about AI that I cannot stand. Like AI is destroying YouTube. You know, like if you go to like YouTube Shorts, it'll be like 10 things you didn't know about Lord of the Rings. Yeah. And it used to be like a person, and then like, all right, guys, so here's 10 things you didn't know about Lord of the Rings. And it'd be like, whoosh, and then the picture would like come and it would like zoom in. It'd be like, did you know? But now it's all AI. Yeah. Like it's the AI voice doing it. It's an AI making the thumbnail. It's an AI putting the subtitles. And you know it's an AI because they're wrong. They're not matching up.
Well, yeah, a lot of the words that they say never like in the subtitles. It's like really weird.
You know, China just announced like a week ago that, so basically we thought that like NVIDIA had an absolute oligarchy on like microchips and stuff, like computer chips and stuff. You know, like everything runs through NVIDIA. But China just announced that they have better chips that can make better AI images, and they can do it for a fraction of the cost.
Wow.
So I don't even know if that's true, but that's probably, I mean, since what'd they do a long time ago? What was it called? Where they put a satellite in space and it like scared Americans. What was that called? There was like a name for it. You guys let me know in the comments, but it was like a political event that had a name. Well, it just happened again, basically. And I just think that this stuff's advancing so much faster and so much more exponentially than the public is aware of. But I don't necessarily fear it. I fear us with it. I do think there's going to become a singularity where eventually humans are just outsmarted by AI and it's never going to be able to be
That's
reversed.
why you need to play Detroit Become Human, because that junk is like so on cue with that.
Every time I see something like Detroit Become Human, though, none of it ever really matches up with, I guess, the way my brain thinks that it's going to be.
I know, and you know
so
what?
I
feel like you would just, my opinion is in Detroit Become Human, whereas me, I sympathize with everything. You're like the opposite when you know something. So I feel like people.
Oh, you don't think I'd be sympathetic to the robots?
No.
I mean, I don't know.
Because that game has a good way of making you do it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, if the idea is you can make a robot as humanistic as possible, then as long as I could remember that. But I'm sure, I mean, I would be reasonable. Like if there was circumstances that required for me to reevaluate, I would do that. But as far as I'm concerned, dude, my blender ain't about to be talking to me. I'm gonna throw that blender out in the trash.
I know, because remember I told you, I'm always like, what happens if Mushu one day just spoke to you? You're like, nope.
Yeah, dog's gonna be outside. I ain't about to have no talking dog in my house.
Sorry, I just heard him anyways.
No, I just think AI is something. I know I can't keep a straight thought today, guys, and there's a reason for it. And my thoughts aren't very straight because this subject's just all over the place. You know, I'd really have to structure this. Like if I wanted to have a more in-depth conversation, I'd definitely structure it, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just shooting off the top of my head. I'm just basically trying to say that me personally, like I can take everything for what it is. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like a cuckoo person. I don't think that there's someone controlling me with a controller or nothing. But I do have this inclination, and I've always sort of had this inclination that there's just more to reality than meets the eye, you know? I don't really know what it is. I'm not saying it's
And if there is
anything.
someone controlling us, aren't you like kind of mad at them?
Well,
because like do better.
I don't really think, I don't think that anyone's controlling us.
But then you could be the person controlling you and do better. You know?
I just think our concepts of like control, free will, I really do think that every single concept that we can perceive, and so every single like gotcha point that I can make about why creation is real, why it's not real, why this is true reality, why it's not true reality, every single point that I could possibly make, I just don't think is going to hold weight. I think the more we learn and the further we advance into the future and the more of an understanding we have of reality, I just don't think that we're even going to formulate questions the same way in the future. I really don't. I think that we think about things in a very childish way, but we can't help it. We're people. You know what I mean? Like, so I really do. I don't think everything necessarily has an answer, especially not in this life, you know? I don't know. Hopefully there's something more out there. Hopefully you don't just die and that's it. I mean, that'd be kind of stale, right?
Yeah.
If you think about how many things there are to do, how many things there are to discover and see, I mean, that just seems like the most inefficient possible reality. Do you know what I mean? Like that just seems like reality sort of has a way of being efficient, or at least in my mind it does. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. It's just my inclination. But guys, like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit us up on Patreon if you guys want to hang out with us some more. We're going to be finishing these videos pretty soon. I know we have 2 more. I don't even remember what the next movie's called. I think it's called like...
It's probably The Matrix 2.
Yeah, but it's got a name or something. I don't remember what it is. It's like The Matrix Inclination or something like that. But there's a name for it. So you guys let me know what that is and we'll definitely check out the right video. Was you about to say something?
No.
Oh, you said,
I was just saying,
I'm really hoping that as we progress further into this franchise, we finally get some answers because I have a lot of questions. And we're going to watch them sooner than later, so that way we don't forget any of the details that we saw in the first one, because I feel like we're going to need them all. So.
Yes.
All right, guys, if we messed up anything, man, please let us know in the comments for sure. I want to be as clear-headed going into the second movie as possible. And if there's any paths that I've done beaten down that are leading me astray, please correct it without spoiling the movie, because I don't want to be thinking about things in the wrong mindset moving forward, so that way I can understand and grasp the film, because it is kind of complicated. All right, guys, love y'all. Thanks for hanging out.